Hey guys, I'm Mindy. This is See Mindy Mom, and I've been meaning to start this channel and make this video for a while, and I guess it's time just to take the plunge. I am a full-time stay-at-home mom now, but I am just transitioning to that from being a full-time working mom. So I have watched a lot of YouTube channels over the years, and I like getting to see what other people are doing, especially moms, what they're doing with their kids. I'm also a Weight Watcher, and so I like watching Weight Watchers channels and seeing what people are cooking and what people are buying. I like watching their hauls, and I think that it's just a really great way to have a sense of community. And I'm hoping that what I'm going through and what I'm doing and how I am making this transition from being a full-time working mom to a full-time stay-at-home mom could possibly be helpful or at least interesting to other people who are out there. And I'm actually sitting outside of my husband's new job. Today is his first day on his new job, and that's actually what led us to making the decision to have me stay at home. We ended up moving for his job, and we moved about 2 hours away from where we were living and I was teaching. When we crunched the numbers, it just made a whole lot more sense for us to have me at home. I had a job that required a lot of nights and weekends. I was spending a lot of time away from the family, and every week my husband and I were having to work out how we were going to manage getting kids to and from where they were supposed to be, and who was going to take the kids to daycare this morning because I have to be at work early, and who's going to pick them up because we both have an obligation, and so we have to call grandparents or babysitters. And it just began to be too much. And that was hard for me because I loved my job. I was good at my job. I was a teacher. I taught high school choral music, and I loved every minute of it. And I feel like it gave me sort of a sense of validation and purpose, and a lot of the self-assuredness, and self-esteem that I got was from the projects that I completed through that. So it's definitely a scary thing, jumping into this world. And I'm just trying to make sure that while I am caring for my family, that I also have, things in my life that are for me. Like I said, we moved to this new place for my husband's work. We have 3 kids. Right now they are 8, 5, and 4. So it seems sort of backwards to be starting this stay-at-home mom thing whenever they are all just about to be in school full-time. But I actually feel like we are way busier now that our kids are this age than we were when our kids were babies. And I think that has to do with all the activities that they want to be a part of, and it has to do with just what the demands are on their schedule, and of course that puts demands on our schedule. So I don't know what this channel is going to entail. I'm sure it's going to entail some of my day-to-day life. Like I said, I'm a Weight Watcher, and so I'd like to do some Weight Watcher updates. And I also plan to do just some tips and tricks, things that I'm learning as I'm going, things that I'm experiencing, and I hope that there's something that I'm experiencing or something that I'm learning that is helpful to somebody else out there, especially if you are somebody who, like me, if you don't feel cut out to do the stay-at-home mom thing. I know that that may come as a shock to some people, but there really are people, and I believe that I'm one of them. At least there was a season in my life where I was one of them. There are people that are better parents for actually working full-time. They go to their job, and they're not just there because they have to be. They're there because they want to be, and they're there because they feel like what they're contributing is valuable, and that it contributes something valuable to them. And in the end, if that makes a person happier and feel more fulfilled, then that person is going to be a better parent, because they're going to have more patience when they're at home. They're going to enjoy their time with their kids at home. They're going to be more open to playing games and reading books and spending time with their family, and not feel like they're trapped there. And that's just the way it is for some people, and there's no right or wrong where that's concerned. Some moms work full-time, some dads work full-time, some dads stay home, some moms stay home. Some people do it because it's a necessity, some people do because they choose to, some people do because when they crunch the numbers it doesn't make financial sense, and some people, they do it for just a short time. So I'm hoping that there's a niche out there, that there are some reluctant stay-at-home moms like me that maybe kind of made the choice because they felt like it was time. And you know, maybe never saw themselves in this stay-at-home mom role completely. If you're like that, then you're like me. And there's nothing wrong with it. I admire stay-at-home moms. I was a part-time stay-at-home mom for a couple of years. I quit my teaching job and worked part-time for my church, and it was hard. It was really, really hard. In the long run, I ended up going back to teaching because I felt like working full-time and being a parent was actually easier than being a parent full-time at home. So it's hard. It's a hard gig, you know, especially whenever I type in stay-at-home mom life into the search bar on YouTube, and the first several videos that pop up are about anxiety or depression. Like, oh my goodness, what am I getting into? So hopefully this channel is an outlet for me, and hopefully it is a help for you, and hopefully you enjoy seeing Mindy Mom, because that's exactly why I called it See Mindy Mom, because that's what I'm going to be doing, and what you will probably be watching is me kind of navigate this new path and this new role in my life. So yeah, come along for the ride.